Welcome to another episode of the Channel 1 Street News with me, Adwubi Wiafe Akenteng. Coming up in today's show, the New Patriotic Party accuses sitting NDC government of gagging free speech and political persecution. We bring you the conversations on that. And hundreds of certified environmental health officers in Ghana demand immediate posting, citing years of bureaucratic delays. And later, relief for commuters as 100 new government buses prepare to hit major roads in Accra. What do passengers make of it? We hit the streets to find out the details of that as well. Do stay with us here on the Channel 1 Street News. We'll bring you the details and the conversation shortly. To our first story, Ghana is facing a potential rise in political instability following the arrest of a prominent regional opposition figure for making inflammatory public statements. The detention has triggered a fierce partisan standoff, with opposition leadership accusing the government of using the state security apparatus and the judiciary to muzzle political dissent. While the opposition has petitioned diplomats and threatened mass street protests, state authorities maintain the arrest is strictly a lawful response to public incitement. Today, I will be engaging some students of UNIMAC to pick their thoughts on the happenings in the country so far. So, first off, the NPP is accusing government of gagging free speech and political persecution. Do you agree with them, and why do you think so?
I totally agree. I think the NDC are using the state apparatus and the judiciary to gag MPP communicators and MPP supporters. Because how can you tell me that someone who is sitting in the studio, maybe some of the words were harsh, but then you are telling me because of those words you are reminding him, because you think in the future he might do the same thing. Somebody just post a picture of the president with the caption "Dumso is back" and he is arrested. He is picked up. How can you tell me this story? Are we in the free-for-all society? Is government having the power to rule forever? What is going on? I think the government should sit up and do the right thing, because if people are going to be arrested, are continue to be arrested, the MPP is going to take action, and it's not going to be lightly in this country.
Okay. Well, Jifa, do you agree with him?
I totally disagree with him. He was saying something about freedom of speech and they violating the rights of Ghanaians to express their views. Nobody is asking not to criticize the government. That is why we have the opposition. And then it is the right of the opposition to check the government to make sure that they are doing the right thing. So if you want to criticize the government, do it constructively. And then there is also limitations to the freedom of speech. Do you get it? When there is defamation, then you have gone against the rules of the freedom of speech. So if you want to say, "Oh, Dumso is back," nobody, and then I don't even know where somebody said Dumso is back and then they arrested the person. That's a total lie. From the credible news sources, Joy News, City News, that anybody has been arrested because they've been saying that Dumso is back. I have been posting it on my TikTok and I have not been arrested. The person said a defamatory statement to the government officials and then they need to be arrested. If we don't stop that, it is going to get worse in future. So we need to check that and put that in place. Yes, you have your freedom of speech, but do not make it defamatory. Do not speak against anybody in a way that will incite violence or anything. Without the law will take you on.
Let me come to your colleagues on this side. You seem to have a neutral stance when it comes to all of this. We're talking about freedom of speech. Some parties are saying that, hey, we are being politically persecuted for expressing our views. What is your thoughts? What have you seen in the news so far? And what is your thoughts on it generally?
Well, for me, I think that, as she said, freedom of speech does not mean that there isn't a limit to what you say. Everyone has the right to speak up. Everyone has the right to criticize. Both parties have been in power. We've seen the banters from both sides. But then it's up to you to see to it that the government is in check. So it's not a bad thing where you put the government in check, but then you have to do it constructively, as she said. So I don't think that we should be gagged but then we should have a limit to what we say.
Okay. We've also seen in the news where the national youth organizer for the party, Salam Mustafa, is saying, reacting to all the issues, that they will actually be weaponizing the base and this will make the country ungovernable. I'll just take your thoughts on it, because critics are saying that it is in breach of Section 208 of the Criminal Codes Conduct Act.
Yes, so with what the MPP youth organizer mentioned, I believe he needs to actually go back and recollect his thoughts, because actually you can't make such statements. It's like you inciting the base of your party to resort to violence, and that is something we shouldn't condone as a country. The NDC government is a government of peace. They respect constitutional rights, they respect the freedoms and rights of every ordinary Ghanaian. And I believe that security authorities, agencies should take note of this. What he's saying is not just a mere threat. He's not just spelling out words. He has bad intentions behind these words. So they should be treated as not just mere words. And I think the police and the other security agencies should pick him up.
You are part of the base. Do you think that the comments made by Salam Mustafa that they're going to be weaponizing their base to make the country ungovernable is the right thing to say?
Yes, because you can't sit down for the NDC to run over us. The MPP, in the last election, more than 4 million Ghanaians voted for us. That means we are not a party to be joking with. We are not a party to be joking with at all. We've been able to, as an opposition, Afenyo Markin, during the first year of NDC's government, said that we are going to collaborate, we are going to help you to govern, we are going to criticize you where necessary. But here is the case that you are using state apparatus to run over us. How can you arrest more than 10 people for saying, for just expressing their views? How can people be arrested for TikTok posts and Facebook posts? I support Salam Mustafa for whatever that he said.
But when we're checking the Section 208 of the Criminal Codes Act, this, in a way, don't you think it is causing fear and panic, which is against the law?
It's the NDC arresting our communicators and party supporters, not causing fear and panic for MPP people.
But there's no other way to resolve it?
The other ways that we are going to resolve it is that we are going to go to the security. And here is the case that it is the security that they are using against us. So what do you expect us to do? We can't just sit down.
Yes, if you seem like you have some comments to make with regard to what he's been saying.
I'm very disappointed. For all my 22 years on earth, this is one statement that has made me so disappointed, that if someone is saying that they are going to make this country ungovernable, it's a right thing to say. From my observation, I can see like this kind of indiscipline among the NPP, and that is what even contributed to their loss, because they can't just put themselves together and then find strategic solutions to problems, and it's affecting the party from the root. And this is a typical example, because I don't know what is wrong. Like I said earlier, that if you think something is wrong, or if you think that the government is not performing well, you can criticize the government freely, but you don't go out saying things that will defame the government. With that, we will take you on and we'll keep arresting you. Even you, Hubert, if you go and stand somewhere and say something about the government that is defamatory to his reputation, we will arrest you.
I just want to throw a bit of advice to the MPP support base. They shouldn't allow the executives to use them as a means to an end, because you saying you are going to utilize and weaponize the base, you are actually trying to just use them as a mere means to your end. They shouldn't allow them to instigate them to fight against the government. As I mentioned earlier, the NDC government and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is working for a better Ghana. Let's all come together as one united nation and work towards the development of Ghana.
To our next story, despite completing rigorous academic and practical training, hundreds of certified environmental health officers graduates remained sidelined due to a prolonged freeze on financial clearances, leaving critical community oversight roles entirely vacant. This deepening human resource deficit has left young professionals financially stranded, but also directly compromises the country's frontline defenses against preventable disease outbreak. I have some of these aggrieved students or graduates here with me, and I will be engaging them on this situation. Let me start with you, Fatim. Fatim, what year did you complete, and how was attending your school? Which of the colleges did you attend, and how was it like?
So I completed in the year 2022. I attended Tamale School of Hygiene, and it was very stressful. From buying forms, getting admission. So this is how our school dynamic is.
Okay.
When you have to buy forms, you buy forms from Ministry of Health. When you are in school, everything is under Ministry of Health. When you complete, you would be linked to Allied Health, and then after writing your Allied Health licensure exams, they now tell you under Ministry of Local Government. So our school dynamics makes things very difficult for us, even in school until we are done. And then now we've completed school over 6 years and we are still at home. Looking at the stress and then everything we went through in school, and then we are out of school and we are still going through that same thing. It's very bad. It's very bad. So they should look on that for us, and then employers, that's all we are asking for.
Solomon, what about you? How many years have you been outside of school?
Since 2024, and we are still sitting at home whilst the community need our service. And the environmental health officers on field, they are few, and the country need our service. So we are pleading on government to listen to us and give us permanent job. This is what we are asking from the government, because staying home for a very long time is not helping us as students, graduates who have the potential to help enforce the public health law, with the recalcitrant ones who will not obey the rules and regulations regarding sanitation in our country. Whilst we have graduates who are sitting at home, which can help to make sure that we improve on our sanitation issues in the country, and in the house having no work to do. And we can help improve, we can educate the public, our water sanitations, health education regarding food safety and personal hygiene relating to our food. But here lies the case, we are sitting at home. So we are pleading on government to listen to our plea and give us permanent jobs.
Okay. You guys have been home for about 5 years, and you just about 2 years. How has life been completing school and not having the employment that you need?
Life is very difficult. Most of us, I wouldn't know even how to explain it. We are going through difficulties because some of us, when we tell you the things our parents went through to be able to pay our school fees, and then we are back home still asking them for chop money, it's very sad. So we are begging the government. It's been very hard. My dad has been my very support system. He's not financially, he's not okay, but then he's trying his best. But you have younger siblings. I'm not the older one, but then I have a lot of siblings. So if my dad paid this amount of school fees, and then I've been in school for 3 years, and after 3 years my younger siblings are home, and my dad is taking care of me, who is supposed to even sometimes support him to take care of my younger siblings, and then he's giving those money to me too. How are we going to move forward? So we are begging them. It's not easy for us at all. It's not easy for us at all. People, when we did this picketing, people were in the comment section saying we look good, so they don't think we need anything. We look like we are fine. We are not. Just because we don't look like our problems doesn't mean we are not going through. Exactly. We are going through a lot.
Let me come to Solomon. Solomon, what have you been doing in the interim now that you haven't gotten the employment that you have studied for? And when it comes to living, general living, cost of living, your rent, how have you been coping?
Well, it's been stressful, and we only depend on our family members. We call them for financial support every day, because it's very hard. You staying home without working, who is going to give you money for you to feed? And some of us are even married, we have kids, and we are taking care of them. It's not been easy. Yes, so we are depending on our parents.
But what are you doing currently?
Well, currently I'm doing voluntary work. I'm just serving the nation freely. So I'm doing voluntary.
Okay.
Even paying rent in Greater Accra is not easy. And so when I get to a point that you even lose hope of going to the school, because you have paid school fees, and at the end of the day you still call friends who decided to enter into different jobs to ask for money, and they will ask you questions. you not a graduate? And why are you still calling us for financial support? And you ask yourself, have you chosen the right path or you have chosen the wrong path? And when you look back, or you see that even you ask yourself questions which you won't get answers to them. So that's why we are hopeless now. That's what I would say.
But let's talk about employment scene generally in Ghana. Do you think that our systems have failed us in a way? Because every year on year we're seeing people graduating from school and we have a backlog of them not receiving employment.
Yes, I think our system has failed us. So after the picketing, I saw some comments and people were like, from 2021, how come you are now blaming this government? Let's not do politics here. Our seniors sat home from 2012 to 2020. The last posting they did, they posted from those who were home from 2012 to 2020. That is, I don't know if that is the reason why they decided to also leave us to also sit home for some years. If you've gone to school and you completed in 2012 and then you are posted in the year 2020, the person sat home for like 8 years. So our system has really failed us.
So you heard some aggrieved environmental health officers that are demanding that the government release their financial clearance and also gives them the necessary postings for them to also be employed onto the job market. You're still watching the Channel 1 Street News on Channel 1 TV. We'll take a quick breather. When we return, relief for Ghanaians as some 100 new buses are to be released onto major streets by the Transport Ministry. Do stay with us.
June is for business here at City FM and Channel 1 TV. This June, the ideas get bolder and the future of Ghanaian business takes center stage. Welcome to the City Business Festival 2026. For the entire month of June, 97.3 City FM and Channel 1 TV bring together the thinkers, builders, innovators, and dreamers shaping the future of enterprise in Ghana. From powerful business fora that spark meaningful conversations to insightful on-air discussions with industry leaders and change makers, to stories of resilience, innovation, and ambition from Ghanaian entrepreneurs. This is more than a festival. It is a movement of ideas, strategy, and impact. Whether you're starting small, scaling big, or simply dreaming of your next breakthrough, the City Business Festival is your platform to learn, connect, and grow. Join the On-Air series every weekday at 9 a.m. on the City Breakfast Show on 97.3 City FM and at 11 a.m. with a repeat at 6 p.m. on Channel 1 TV. This June, let's challenge businesses. Let's refine ideas. Let's create impact. Call 0205-973-973 for further details. City Business Festival 2026, driving ideas into impact. The City Business Festival 2026 is powered by 97.3 City FM and Channel 1 TV in partnership with Absa Bank, and it's proudly sponsored by Absa Bank, MTN, Zondatech Ghana Limited, and Petra Trust.
You're welcome back to the Channel 1 Street News. Now, Ghanaian commuters are about to enjoy major relief from daily traffic gridlock as 100 newly procured government buses prepare to hit major streets of Accra and Tema. After facing lengthy delays due to mandatory safety inspections, registration, and technical servicing, the final batch of specialized driver training is wrapping up to clear the fleet for immediate deployment. I have here with me some residents of Accra who will be speaking to me about transportation challenges they face on a daily basis. Ejama mention say emfiri wo honom. Emre bia hu say cars ho ye den Ghana for e complain say omunya cars no so wo honom no. Aye say prices no kwa na e kosoro. Eyade a ogusu hu this time round.
Enye car na ho ye den. One thing is about the traffic. And in Tiama, trotro, Davis, no most of an advantage, say, free be 2 3 4 na de sana man 4 pompo adwuma no no ma start so omo toto omo buonu aha nti kan angasa na ebi wo ho but the price itself no ema kan no ho ye din because obi wo ha ne ho nso sika wo je no no nti na je se wo se wo twen aha nti ene ne the one problem e wo ho ah wo se ye hwese saa ne manager na saa ne manu so betima agya e we buy ya wo aban no ama buses ko kwa bruchiri mu saa na one of my sister was Spain. My friend be also me train bus. Me be say bus ni fi hin was so aban bus e fire dey kwa adwuma. Enti no price ni cheap than individual na private transport no. Enti bibi saa na me susu say ye ne de boa ye ma not only Accra nko. Enye the whole country because when you go to Kumasi the same problem is there. When you go to Takoradi you face the same thing. So they should do something about it.
Okay, so you usually use Accra and Sawem. Is that the challenge I want to face?
For now, I would say yes. Sometimes almost too fair anymore because they feel say road name. They almost complain say is the nature of the road, but it is not the case because road name but obia koba. Ababe come there. Omunya say 3 abona na prices na cost. So for now no we plead with the government say some bema buses na we will be very grateful. Enti no ya be hwe anim some ben because with the GPTR something omo ya ba ko dada so whatever you say no omo nti just aban ne bem.
Okay. In your by kasa transport ministry say omo be release some 100 new buses at least in compete with private buses no e ya dey already say eba kroma ebe boa
ayayolo ni for bus ni nyina na e wo ho a e boa timamufo so but the problem no so ye said omo hwe buses no so hwe no no eno ye one thing ko to da wo be gina so be pa ya wo be gina ho a wunya bi enti na say wo fa de ye je wabode na enti se omo be ye je ase de omo ka no omo ma no so ti se no do so a ebe ma trotrofo no a eduru e fit 3 o'clock ko no no omo toto omo ayinu enye omo traffic no so do so because ekwan no too small for us enti ono hwe se obedi traffic so be se be 1 hour san na bia wa free ha duru ba bia wo kwa obeto buonum awon enti omo de buses ne ban so ne hwe ekwan no a bus ne be fa so no so ehun asem so ayede aka enti me de me hu ni say beboa but omuma no enye number ebedo so ebetima boa ma saa how na de ye etimamufo so no ebe kofom de amaye that do anti am so me hu.
How soon would you call the government to release these buses into the system to alleviate the plight?
By the close of this month. I'm releasing next week, we will be grateful. Because too much. And then maybe sometimes if you bought the car now, mates quite to make just in Kutasa amount now from meanwhile, yes, so I'm by the close of the month we will be grateful.
Finally, imagine Mumbi no more buses no, yet the baby chrome there. But usually what we see is say I did a buying there no, a bar fresh and you who say but later on I say there's no proper maintenance to maintain these buses for future use. Even say later buses not say yes, maybe basa, and then another say won't swear foot because are buying and making sure say buses will be used sustainably.
Yeah, what was a good question. When we say Accra can make one or come to Masha now number of buses I say you are you can say condemn, but you can't do anything about it. Now but say individual BDR or the workers no ahwe setai na apaya ya siesie se baby na atwitwi a ya spray but ye mamu ha no kwa wontimi hu se aban ade no de ye ni yi a enye yo wontimi hu eti bases ne do mo de beba ba se wo mo behwe ama na ya adwuma na e bia fort bam ana ese ya ye beye no ene ni the most important thing they should think about it se omo de show omo nsa no mbo hodu omo responsible se ya hu se kai ne tire pai tire pai there set ade paya ade say ya yesi so they have to go and repair it enti eno ade a ehia pa wo de beba ba ha wo be manage no And no, I know the most important thing they should think about it.
First of all, maintenance of the buses. No. So government, on one at the body, I'm very sure say obi edanoa or say a beba juma. The same way say me sure say obi wa or be share I'm on my repair. It is on be repair when and I say on be maintaining cars and on be servicing at the right time so that break it down cry before on be parking in our more. And then two, if you treat the drivers and the conductors very well, I don't think bus is best. I know major also. So uchi omuka year, almost many aqua buses no.
Okay, thank you so much for your submissions. We heard from some residents here in the capital sharing their thoughts about the 100 buses that are yet to be deployed onto our streets, and they are calling on governments to do the deployment immediately and ensure that these buses are well maintained once they hit the streets. And that's how we wrap up on today's episode of the Channel One Street News on Channel One TV. But before we go, let's take a recap of our headlines. New Patriotic Party accused sitting NDC government of gagging free speech and alleged political persecution. And hundreds of certified environmental health officers in Ghana demand immediate posting, citing years of bureaucratic delays. We also brought you discussions on the government's plan to deploy 100 new buses on major roads in Accra as passengers shared their views on the move. For more details and updates, do log on to channel1newsonline.com and on our various social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, X, and on YouTube. We are at Channel One TV. I am Adwubi Wiafe Akenteng. Catch you next time in your neighborhood. See you.
On Lifeline this week, we dive deep into self-worth and identity, understanding who you are beyond.
Especially because of social media. Because people get to see us more than before, we're constantly wondering what people are thinking about us.
Okay. Bishop Fred Krachimensa is joined by Eunice Osetutu this week at 10 p.m. only on Channel One TV. From Accra, there's a deeper rhythm to the game. Every badge carries history. Every player brings a story. Every number means something. Welcome to World Cup Central, only on Channel One TV.
Hello and welcome to another episode of World Cup Central right here on Channel One TV.
Your home of football intelligence with African energy and global perspective. We're taking you beyond the highlights, from powerful eye-opening stats to sharp breakdowns of every qualified nation to insights that change how you see the beautiful game.
Their first appearance was in 1930 and their best finish at the World Cup was third place in 1930. That was a long time ago.